13 years ago, on an October evening, my husband approached me at the kitchen table while I was grading chemistry exams. He said, "You have to quit. You have to quit teaching or use lean." Honestly, at that moment, the thought of quitting sounded downright luxurious, like the teacher equivalent of winning the lottery. I was in my second year teaching advanced chemistry at a public high school, and both of us were disillusioned. From 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., I devoted myself to caring for our 5 beautiful daughters, but every other hour consumed by teaching obligations. 7 days a week, late nights, early mornings, it was not sustainable. So, with an open heart, I responded, "Teach me. What is lean?" Lean, L-E-A-N, originated with Dr. W. Edwards Deming, an American engineer who, in 1950, helped Japan post-World War II. Toyota, inspired by Deming and guided by engineer Taiichi Ono, developed the Toyota Production System, TPS. Within 3 decades' time, TPS's success caught the attention of academia. In 1988, MIT researcher John Krafcik coined the one-syllable term lean, capturing the essence of TPS. Do less, get more through incremental improvement. Today, the influence of this philosophy extends beyond manufacturing to fields like medicine, technology, military, and late to the party but arriving, education. My mentor was my husband, an electrical engineer with over 20 years' experience in manufacturing. I learned the foundation of lean is incremental process improvement, efficiency, a term rarely used in education. My husband coached me, and I began experimenting in my classroom. By March of that year, something miraculous happened. At 8 p.m., I had finished everything on both my home and work lists. I excitedly found my husband and said, "Guess what? I'm finished. We can do something. Do you want to go for a walk or watch something?" He looked right at me and said, "I have my wife back." The first win lean gave for me was control of my time, edging me closer to a work-life balance. The second win was unexpected. My students did better. That first year teaching, only 25% of my AP chemistry students passed their exams. I cried reading the results. The second year, doing decidedly less, my student pass rate skyrocketed to 79%. This led me to question, is this reproducible? Transferable? Could all teachers experience the same transformation? The answer is a resounding yes. Fast forward 13 years. Last year, with over 270 CE and AP chemistry students, I brought work home only 3 nights out of 185 contract days. And my AP chemistry students achieved a 100% pass rate, with 86% earning 4s and 5s. Pause. Thank you. Honestly, my experience is not unique. This same success has been repeated in hundreds of classrooms. For the past 8 years, I've been mentoring teachers and administrators in what I call Lean Think Principles, the union of manufacturing, lean, and education, think, lean, think. Working with teachers outside of my classroom, I have come to find they are among some of the most brilliant, self-sacrificing, positive, hard-working humans on the planet. Who else can corral 6-year-olds into a sitting position and teach them to read? Tame slightly smelly 13-year-olds to do science experiments, or inspire, too cool for you, 17-year-olds to love and appreciate Shakespeare. And let's not forget the teacher's superpower. Spotting a cell phone under a desk over 30 feet away is like having X-ray vision except exclusively for electronic devices. I have this gift. Despite their greatness, teachers are overwhelmed. Interviewing 72 teachers coast to coast this last year, I discovered they are working on average 12.4 hours per week outside of contract time. That's the equivalent of doing 12 months worth of work in a 9-month period. Teachers are looking for practical solutions, systems to improve student learning while giving them their lives back. Lean Think accomplishes both of these vital tasks. Lean applies to everything because everything is a process. From tying your shoes to teaching a lesson. I've distilled Lean principles into the 5 Lean Think baby steps, helping teachers implement Lean in any classroom. First, define your customer, goal, and measure. Second, identify current and ideal states. Third, get organized with 6S. Fourth, Kaizen, incremental process improvement. And fifth, plan, do, check, adjust. Let's dive deeper into each of these steps. Step 1, define your customer, goal, and measure. Who is the teacher's customer? The student. The student is the customer because the student receives the teacher's product of education. The goal is always student learning, and the measure is an assessment, the feedback loop to determine if the student accomplished the goal. This step clarifies the focus on student learning. Step 2, identify current and ideal states. To begin, teachers mentally and emotionally peruse their current classrooms. Then I encourage teachers to close their eyes and picture their ideal classroom. They share common visions of students engaged, collaborating, and smiling, while both parties feel peaceful, curious, safe, and happy. This mental exercise highlights the gap between reality and aspiration. That's okay. All we do is close the gap, one step at a time. Step 3, get organized and stay organized with 6S. 6S is Lean's mechanism for organization. It's 6 words that begin with the letter S. Catchy, I know, like something a teacher would think of. The 6S system: sort, straighten, scrub, systemize, standardize, safety. Clearly, we ran out of S words and had to get creative. I'm just thankful it didn't turn into 7S, because then we'd probably be stuck explaining how snack break made the list. This is a teacher favorite, physically and electronically decluttering classrooms. Step 4, Kaizen, incremental process improvement. This is where we move from the current state to the ideal state, one step at a time. Industry uses the Japanese word kaizen, defining it as incremental process improvement. Teachers improve in one of 2 ways. First, remove waste. Removing waste is always where we begin, and always the quickest win. Second, teachers apply Lean tools. They take the remarkable things they're already doing and make them more effective and efficient with these very practical tools. And finally, step 5, plan, do, check, adjust. The classic improvement cycle. I'll illustrate. Plan. A teacher takes one step in one process to improve by removing waste or implementing a tool. Do, they try out that new approach. Check, assess results, and adjust. Based on those results, keep it, tweak it, or trash it. Then they repeat the cycle. Plan, do, check, adjust, until they dial in on maximum value for minimum effort. The value offered matches the effort invested. This cycle keeps improvement ongoing, closing the gap between the current and ideal states. A personal example highlights this process. In 2015, my chemistry group faced low standardized test scores, with only 37% of our general chemistry students passing. Our principal invited a lean expert to host a summer workshop. My team attended, inspired to implement lean for the first time as a group. Like a target, we placed our customer goal and measure in front of us. Our students would learn chemistry, and it would be reflected on the end-of-level test. Before us lay an array of options, over 50 years of teaching resources to sift through. To decide what to keep or discard, we placed a filter between these options and our target. The filter is the core of lean. It's a question. Are you ready? Does this add value? Does this assignment, demo, lab, PowerPoint add value to our students' learning, and will it be reflected on the end-of-level test? If the answer was no, we got rid of it. Let this settle into your hearts. For 9 months, our sole focus was on waste elimination. You might be asking, what did you do with all of your time if you removed so much waste? We added value. We went deeper on the things that really mattered, things that added true value to our students' learning. The results the following spring were undeniable. Our general chemistry scores rose from 37% to 56%, a 19% improvement, meaning 60 more students achieved mastery. This seminal question, does this add value, is the heart of lean. It's success by subtraction. Success is not about doing more. Success is removing what doesn't add value so you can focus on what does. I have an epic 12-minute explanation as to why I think the periodic table is the greatest creation of all time. I am geeky in love with the periodic table. It is a masterpiece. However, I discovered my students don't need a TED Talk on Mendeleev to do stoichiometry. Those 12 minutes are better used working practice problems, answering questions, giving real-world examples. This mindset shift, asking, does this add value, helps teachers hone their skills and resources, maximizes student learning, and the teacher gets a work-life balance. Skill and persuasion, firmness and care, seriousness and laughter, all flow out of one capable, intelligent being, a teacher. Now you equip that same passionate, powerful educator with the right tools, and you've just revolutionized education. Lean Think gives teachers permission to experiment, determine what adds maximum value with minimum effort. The results? Teacher skills are optimized, student progress thrives, and it all happens in school hours. Teachers, you are making a difference. Focus on what adds value. Do less, I promise you will get more. It's success by subtraction up here. Lean Think. Thank you.